Good morning, all. Camelback Trading 2724 coming to you this Tuesday morning, May 12th. We're looking at the market profile of the SPY ETF here on Window Trade the last 2 days. And as you can see, after going out with a poor high, the buyers are attempting to get back to that, above that, and then go for last month's high, which is also a poor high. We had a trend day up yesterday, which holds. M period got into the single prints a little bit, and actually you saw the ES and N period basically go down and fill at least one set of those single prints, but that does not count. It's the regular trading hours that count, and it also shows you why M is just so unpredictable to trade, as it's just price being whipped around with very little direction at times. That's why I like to stay out of it. So let's go over destinations and a game plan for this morning. So right now on the upside, my first destination would be my pre-market high with just about an hour to go prior to the opening. Pre-market highs for now is 293.93. Then we have yesterday's high of 294, which is a poor high. Above that, here's your monthly high, 294.88, which is also a poor high. And the incredible importance with that is if you come out of it to the upside, it's an inside month up. You would stop the one-time framing down in the monthly and have an inside month up, which is pretty powerful. Above that, we have 295.07, 9 wide for March 6th, and then 298.78 daily high, and then filling the gap at 300.01. It's a 123-point gap for March 6th. It would also put you smack on the 200-day moving average. For the downside, my first destination would be the single prints. First set starts at 292.49 and get filled at 292. Second set, 291.69, gets filled at 291.49. Our pre-market low right now of 291.30. Yesterday's low of 289.88. Friday's low, again, this is the bad tick. That's not nothing traded there. 289.86, and then filling the gap at 289.78, an 8-point gap, which incredibly held yesterday. So what is the game plan for this morning? Well, again, you have a lot to lean on here right now with the single prints. The buyers are here. Now, do things change this morning? Absolutely, because yesterday we had overlap and a higher value later in the day. Right now, as of now, we would be opening in balance in value. Again, the worst of your risk-reward trades. So, bunch of things we can do here. If in the next hour we open and can't take out yesterday's high, you can take a put play. And then if you get accepted back into M's range, there's a good chance you'll trade down and at least test the first set of single prints. However, if you take out yesterday's high and get accepted above it and don't come back into the day's range, I would exit that short play. That's the short play for this morning. Long play, call play, a couple of them I would look at. Number one, in the next hour, if we gap higher, you can take a call play out if the gap fills. Number two, if you open up here and then take out yesterday's high immediately and start getting some acceleration, you could take a call play. And the third one is if you open, trade back into M, now you have single prints to lean on. Again, it's the worst of your risk reward. You're smack in the middle of the day's range and you have the single, but you do have the single prints. You can get long, and it depends on your heat. Is it out at the first set of single prints filling, or is it out on the second set of single prints filling? That's something you have to determine. Now, remember we're at a top of a balance. So yes, if we take out yesterday's high, the odds of going for this monthly high are good. However, bears are going to probably defend that at least the first time there. They want to defend the one-time framing down the monthly. They do not want to see this market have an inside month up. You'd also be coming out of a weekly balance to the upside and a daily balance to the upside if you take this out. So there's a lot that's going to be happening up here. So I expect to see a lot of fighting between the bulls and the bears before that's finally decided. Keep that in mind, right? Balance rules. Okay. go to the charts. Monthly. So here we are. Right now we're above the trend line. 11-year trend line. We spent 1 month below it so far. We were above it we closed above in April. We're above it right now in May. Here's the important part. 294.88 last month's high. We had an inside month. Come out of an inside month, you go with it and you monitor it for continuation or lack of. Remember though, it is the monthly. It's not a weekly, it's not a daily, so you're going to have to monitor it for the rest of May if we come out of it to the upside. But it is powerful. Look at this one that we had back in January of 19. Came out of it to the upside, you never saw it again, right? Up, balance, up, balance, up, balance. Right? Those are powerful trades. Now, here's one that was a head fake though. We had an inside month. March of 18, came out of it to the downside, right? You go with the trade. So you take a short below the previous month's low, but you monitor it for continuation or lack of. Well, we couldn't even take out February of 18's low. Got back into March. Something changed. You can get out of the trade, right? And it would have been good to get out because then you had balance, then you went up, balance, went up, balanced. So very, very important. Weekly. They're attempting to come out of a 2-week balance to the upside. I do not think bears will give it up very easily the first time. Just keep that in mind. There should be some good fighting up there. If they do take it out, again, you're in balance. Last week, we stopped the one-time framing up. We would stop the one-time framing down. Well, we already stopped the one-time framing down yesterday. So we're firmly in a 3-week balance right now. You're getting to the top of it. 294.88 is the top of it. Balance rules. And then on a daily, same thing. 20-somewhat day balance. Came out of a 3-day balance to the upside. We are now testing the top of the balance. Real quickly, balance rules. You get to the top of a balance. You don't get through it. You roll over. You get to the top of a balance, you slightly extend it, come back in, roll over. Or you get to the top of a balance, you go through it, and you don't look back. That's the balance rules. We'll see how they play out once we get to the top of 294.88. Have a great day trading. Good luck. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.